It's just very disgusting.
But y'all can't get mad at me and call me a bully when I'm sitting up here watching her bully people all day long. And I'm talking about something I didn't even care about. I did not care about. I don't care that she discounted her single and they did a giveaway on a website of her friends to be able to have people download the albums or songs so that way it would charge, so that way people could get her numbers up so she can get a number one. She got a number one. However she got it, she earned it. Congratulations. We posted that. Be happy. But why you got to talk about Megan not crying when she's talking about her mom dying, or, you know, liking certain things and fanning the flames of fans? Why? Because you want to be miserable. So yes, did I color the picture yesterday in a way that probably was hurtful? Abso-fucking-lutely. And if people don't like me as a result, who cares? I don't care if I lose fans for being honest. I don't care if I lose celebrities that don't want to support me for being honest. I don't care. I knew Drake before Nicki knew Drake. Now, Drake may be closer to Nicki because they part of that family or whatever, but I fuck with Drake and I love and I honor Drake everywhere I go because he's an amazing artist. But more importantly, Drake is a fucking good person. And I bet you, remember when they fell out for that period of time? I bet you Drake tried to talk to her because Drake don't like drama. Drake don't be in drama. Drake don't like to be affiliated with drama. Drake is not a negative person. Drake is actually probably one of the nicest people in the business at his level that I've ever met in my life, next to Beyonce.
Dear dumb ass, every thought in your mind is dumb. Every word you speak is dumb. I pray that the world is against you. You may start to notice people spending a lot of energy trying to tear you down. Take it personally. You are not brilliant. You are not strong. You are alone. And remember, whatever you do, kill yourself.
So, and then Lil Wayne, arguably one of the best fucking rappers ever, and one of the nicest guys when you meet him too. I'm sure he at some point has tried to give some advice, but she's a grown woman. When you meet Wayne, Wayne is humble, he's polite. What's up, Haiti Baby? Shout out to 209. I fuck with him. Talented artist. See, I'd rather spend time promoting shit like Haiti Baby or artists who need the look or need the shine. But y'all conditioned in a way where the only things that go viral is when people are negative or attacking people or shouting or hurting people or trying to destroy people. So let's be clear on that. And you know, I always see the Nicki Minaj fans who got something negative to say. Your whole world from your leader to your fingers is consumed with young people getting fucked. Now, somebody who's been molested twice, I will tell you, I've worked through my shit, so I'm not triggered by the bullshit. I can come up here and say that I've been molested and that I felt violated. And I wrote about it in a book so I could help other survivors of those crimes. Because see, what I want to do is I want to help people that have been molested. I want to help people who've been raped. I didn't get raped, but I got molested. But I want to help people who are survivors of that. Why? Because that's what you do to contribute to a better society, not coddle or vindicate people who have sexually abused people.
Guest is speaking out for the first time on camera regarding a lawsuit she filed against Nicki Minaj and her husband, Kenneth Petty. A lawsuit accusing them of harassment and intimidation, among other charges. We believe that all women's voices have the right to be heard, which is why we invited her to come here today. Please welcome Jennifer Hough and her lawyer, Tyrone Black.
Jennifer has done way more work than she was supposed to get the protection that she needs and get the support that she needs. And I believe everything that that woman has said to the fullest.
To give you guys a little bit of a breakdown, last night we did get to hear audio about this whole Nicki Minaj, Kenneth Petty, Jennifer Hough situation. Now you guys know that Jennifer Hough was caught on tape allegedly saying that she had actually written a letter to the judge and she stood up in court wanting to drop the charges because she made a mistake.
Whole statute of limitations on perjury. Perjury is when you lie under oath, and regardless if I made a statement or didn't make a statement, that is the reason why I stood up in court and I said, when a judge asks, like, yo, does anybody have anything to say before he is sentenced? I stood up and I said, Your Honor, I'm the person who pressed the charges. I would like to drop the charges. I made a huge mistake.
Wow.
This was like, I'm in court in front of his family, in front of friends, in front of everybody, like whatever. And they was like, take it to the DA, and nobody wanted to hear.
Because he probably didn't have a paid lawyer at that time. You know it's statute of limitation. It is
no
so.
statute of limitation on perjury.
Yeah.
Prefer professional or like a lawyer or something,
Uh-huh.
you need to tell me what to write.
But did they offer? Did they say if you recant your story, you're gonna go to jail?
No.
When you wrote the letter,
No.
all right. When you wrote the letter and gave it to the DA, what did they say?
I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA, and then I showed up at court.
Oh.
And I stood up.
Corey wrote a letter, and what you said in the letter though? That was
that I was pressured to press charges against him, and that I wanted to drop the charges. I didn't want him to go to jail. I was young. I was 16. You know, my words weren't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
these people are talking about I wrote a letter. I never wrote a letter recanting my story. I did show up at court to drop the charges because I was being forced to. But the judge said take it to the district attorney, and they refused to do so.
All right, when you wrote the letter and gave it to the DA, what did they say?
I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA.
I never wrote a letter recanting my story.
The judge specifically said, take it to the DA. And everybody looked at the DA, and the DA shook her head like, it's not happening. Like,
because they didn't want you. They didn't want you to go to court because you recanted your story. You told them it never happened. XYZ. You was young. You was pressured. Correct, right?
Yeah.
So that's why. Yeah, babe. I'm talking. Yeah. So that's probably why they was so thirsty, because they knew the case would have fell through the roof. Because if you'd have said that on the stand,
they never called me to the stand.
The case would have fell through the roof. Because if you'd have said that on the stand,
they never called me to the stand. They never questioned.
Oh, that's the difference.
No, I told them, what I said was that I wanted to drop the charges because I had made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
And they never asked me, like, you know, I didn't have anything to say. Like, Zoo would tell you, I was at his court date. They never called me to the stand. They never questioned.
Oh, that's the difference.
No, I told them, what I said was that I wanted to drop the charges because I had made a mistake.
Oh, okay.
And they never asked me, like, you know, I didn't have anything to say. Like Zoo would tell you, I was at his court.
Now, after this hit the blogs and social media, this is where we saw Jennifer Hough's attorney, who was just in court yesterday to answer to sanctions, come out and speak with Radar Online. And he actually made a lot more accusations. Now, this is what Tyrone Blackburn had to say. This video is completely and heavily edited. This is a conversation between Jennifer and Black, the same man who allegedly threatened her. Does not deserve a comment. Asked the R word to explain the transcript from his plea hearing, where he admitted to the R word and also using an object while at his grandmother's house. Now, I actually do have the transcript, and several times throughout the transcript, Kenneth Petty does say, no, it didn't happen. Also, Jennifer keeps saying that she did not write a letter. She actually went on another blog earlier today, and she kept saying that the letter was not written. She also said that we could read the court transcripts, which I have on the screen. As you guys see, the DA and the public defender says new evidence has come forth in the form of a letter. So Jennifer, if you didn't write the letter, are you accusing the DA and the public defender and the judge of lying that a letter was written? This is why nobody should be arguing if she's telling the truth or not. She literally sat up there and said she did not write a letter when the letter was presented in open court per the court documents. And if somebody could blatantly lie to you guys about that, what else could she lie about?
These people are talking about I wrote a letter. I never wrote a letter recanting my story. I did show up at court to drop the charges because I was being forced to. But the judge said take it to the district attorney, and they refused to do so.
All right, when you wrote the letter and gave it to the DA, what did they say?
I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA.
I never wrote a letter recanting my story. These people are talking about I wrote a letter. I never wrote a letter recanting my story. I did show up at court to drop the charges because I was being forced to. But the judge said take it to the district attorney, and they refused to do so.
All right, when you wrote the letter and gave it to the DA, what did they say?
I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA. I wrote the letter, I gave it to the DA.
I never wrote a letter recanting my story.
On top of that, you also have Tyrone Blackburn just in court yesterday, okay, to answer to the sanctions of him coming out to not only defame Nicki Minaj's lawyer, Judd, but to also defame the Petty. So I find it no coincidence that he is out here talking to the blogs instead of getting in court to worry about them sanctions. And I do have a question though. How many cases has he won?
The lowest is what? 0.
Now, you can say whatever you want about me. I don't give a fuck. Artists on the label that y'all haven't paid for. But I've already told them they're not getting more free promo. No label gets free promo. We don't post nobody. We didn't even post that idiot fake NFT rapper yesterday until y'all made it a viral thing. I've said, I can say Nicki's a great artist. I've said all of this. None of you pay attention to that. Today, guess what I got today? Today, do is get mad because I talked about your queen sympathizing with pedophiles. And now you want to try to put that shit over here. Now, let me tell you another thing I saw. So let's be very clear. The difference between me and the motherfucker that you support every day and download their music and go bars, 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 is that ain't no motherfucker in this house a pedophile. Ain't nobody been to this house that's a pedophile. Ain't nobody gonna come to this house that's a motherfucker pedophile. Now that we cleared the room, let's be clear about one more thing. There is no queen of hip hop, okay? And if you're gonna give it to anybody, you're gonna give it to Nicki Minaj!
Hey y'all, how are you tonight?
If you're gonna give it for the rap that we know today, you're gonna give it to
Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday!
And that's why I continue to say, you know, you call yourself the most disrespected, the most unprotected, yet every time I look, it's black women going against this other black woman. And sometimes in defense and to uplift a Latina. The same woman that came out on tape that she recorded herself while driving. So she was on her phone while driving, talking about she'll drug and rob and rape.
Cheat on me, I'll be like, guy, I'm gonna take him out, we're gonna get drunk, I'm gonna get him all perked up and everything, we're gonna have a good time, get him super twisted, then bring a bitch around, we're gonna have a threesome. And when he wake up, he gonna be like, what the fuck? Yeah, because the bitch was a tranny. I'm be like, yup, we had a threesome with a tranny. Yup, a tranny suck your dick. You don't gotta fuck another nigga to get even, bitch. There's other ways to.
Yet that bitch ain't canceled, right? Okay. It's just, these are the people that they let through the cracks for their own agendas, right? And they have leashes on them. From the beginning to the end. Them girls can't do whatever they want to do. They are on a leash that the label owns. And that they won't be able to be released from it until they pay their just dues.
Here we go! Here the fuck we go! Here the fuck we go! Bitch, I know y'all been waiting because I've been waiting. Damn it, I hate to admit it, but bitch, I've been waiting.